Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss Star Trek, the motion picture. Starring William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, Stephen Collins, James Doohan, George Takei, Majel Barrett, Paris Kambata, Walter Koenig, and Nichelle Nichols, and directed by Robert Weiss. Now, before I get into this movie, I'm going to just tell you right now, I'm not here to do the TV shows or whatever novels there are. I'm here to do the movies of Star Trek the Motion Picture all the way to the ending of the rebooted Star Trek series, Star Trek Beyond, which we'll get there. But I would say I'm more of a Star Trek either Next Generation or the new cast edition. But we'll see how this goes. I'm going to I'm not going to spoil it for you yet, but let's get into the movie. 3 Klingon battle cruisers encounter a huge cloud-like anomaly while on the bridge of one of the ships. The captain sent his crew to fire torpedoes at it, but unfortunately it doesn't affect them. And the ships take evasive action. And I thought, what kind of an action was that? Then we see Federation Space Monitoring Station Epsilon 9, I think I'm saying it right, sees a distress signal from one of the Klingon ships. They try to escape. The cloud energy beams shoot out and engulf each ship one by one until they vanish. The Epsilon 9 tracks the course of the cloud and discovers that it is headed for Earth. And is this good storytelling? I'm going to have to say no, because the movie does a very bad job at storytelling, as it's boring and honestly nothing is happening. On Vulcan we meet Spock, played by Leonard Nimoy, in a very iconic role, and I'm convinced he's Spock, more than the voice of Sentinel Prime in Transformers 3, for example. Spock is half Vulcan, half man. The Vulcan piece is by his father and the human piece is his mother. And again, I love Leonard Nimoy in this role because he's very iconic. It just like in the TV show. And I gotta say right now, I have seen a few episodes of the originals TV shows, but I've never seen them all. Just keep in mind. Captain James T. Kirk, played by William Shatner, is a good original Captain Kirk, but I'm not the biggest William Shatner fan because he's more of a side character at best. And when he plays as the lead character, I don't really buy it. When he gets back on the USS Enterprise, which is his ship, he talks with Scotty, played by James Doohan, about the mission, and the movie moves very slowly. And I'm in for a very long, slow ride, to the point I could fall asleep. Dr. Bones McCoy, played by DeForest Kelley, is another good iconic person to play this character in the USS Enterprise takes off. And as slowly as the movie is moving, I do appreciate the cast for being in this movie, as well as the art direction and the visual effects, which is a little cheesy. And I do like the score in this movie. If I think of a Star Trek movie, I think of the score that sounds like this: da 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 da. Da 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 da, because it's so damn good and iconic, and I appreciate that. Spock returns to the USS Enterprise as the science officer, and he once was, and everyone is happy to see him, even Captain Kirk. The crew eventually wonder why he's back and ask him about it, which is a boring scene. But I do like these characters. I like them in their iconic roles, but they're in the wrong movie at the wrong time. They go into some weird, funky-looking place in space, and here's the moment I start to snooze off. It starts during that scene. They arrive there, and there's a bunch of strange things going on for reasons I don't understand, like lightning after attacking the ship's computers. And this movie is a total snooze fest. I think I'm going to just end it right here, because this movie made me it was boring. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 3.8 out of 10. I do appreciate the cast, the art direction, visual effects, and score, but unfortunately, the cast made this movie at the wrong time. This movie is long, boring, and a complete snooze fest. And I wouldn't start here. I would rather start with either the TV show or next week's movie. I haven't seen that one in a while, but we'll see how that goes. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and next week I will be back with Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And until next time, let's go into space.